year is 1977 and the United States is low-key in turmoil.
So here's the deal. President Nixon was the first president to resign due to his Watergate scandal in 1974, where several of his members of his administration were accused of breaking into the Democratic headquarters in order to steal information. His successor, President Gerald Ford, who nobody thought would be president, gave him a presidential pardon for his participation in Watergate just 1 month later. The people are now asking questions about the government because of Watergate. Questions like, why is it so corrupt? Can we even trust these so-called leaders anymore? I know for me personally, I'm no longer a fan of big government anymore, Daniel.
You can say that again, Toby. In further news, human rights issues are being pushed to the side by dictators in Iran, other countries in the Middle East, as well as Cuba. Both within America and abroad, we are seeing a rise in humanitarian issues. In the U.S., it seems like the civil rights movement, which started in 1954, has taken a leap back. Recently, privatized schools, which disagree with the idea of getting rid of segregation in schools, have decided to shut down public schools to make segregated private schools. These Catholic schools are denying admission to our African American students.
Yeah, Daniel. And abroad, there are also issues with dictatorships not treating the citizens with proper decency, which include limiting education and limiting religious beliefs. These humanitarian issues stem from the Middle East, where there are several human rights abuse claims, including a lack of proper access to food, education, and oppression of religious beliefs.
Also, in related news, America is still recovering from a recent oil crisis of 1977, which was caused because Iran stopped providing oil to us. Their dictator did not like us cracking down on not supporting dictators, and we were really still trying to get our economy back on track from the Vietnam War. You know, guys, it's not looking too good for us in the U.S. right now. We need some kind of change, and maybe that change could be in the form from the highest position in power, the presidency.
Yeah, we just might get that change. Jimmy Carter, a local peanut farmer and nuclear physicist, has recently announced that he's running for president. He claims to have a new take on his politics and the goal of bringing good morals back into them. He wants to be honest and open to us American citizens, which is with this question: can Jimmy Carter save America? Let's take a listen.
For a long time, our American citizens have been excluded, sometimes misled, sometimes have been lied to. This is not compatible with the purpose of our nation. I believe in our country. It needs to be competent. The government needs to be well-managed, efficient, economical. We need to have a government that's sensitive to our people's needs, to those who are poor, who don't have adequate health care, who have been cheated too long with our tax programs, who've been out of jobs, whose families have been torn apart. And we need to restore the faith and the trust of the American people in their own government.
As you can tell, that is the voice of a moderate man, and that'll give him an advantage over his opponent, George Wallace, who's the former governor of Alabama, and he's running against Carter for the presidency. Jimmy Carter definitely wants to win the hearts and souls of the people, based on his emotional messaging and push for a better America. He's eager to make a positive change within high-ranking government positions, away from dishonesty and sketchiness to honesty and openness. He just seems like an all-around honest man.
Yeah, Toby, he prides himself in being an honest Christian Southerner. And even though he's a Democrat, he's a new kind of liberal Democrat who's looking to increase the power of states and link equality and liberty, because he is not agreeing with traditional Democrats who want to regulate business and provide for all citizens.
Let's see if these new characteristics are what Americans are looking for in their president. Will Jimmy Carter be able to save America?
2 years later.
Breaking news. President Carter has sent American troops into the embassy of Iran in order to carry out the covert mission of extracting the 52 American hostages who have been in captivity for over a year. However, 8 of these troops were killed in action and no hostages were set free.
After a year of captivity, Carter has utilized economic sanctions like the ban on trade against the Soviet Union, diplomatic efforts like attempting to make deals with leaders of Iran, and military force time and time again. He has failed, and this does not bode well for his re-election coming up this year.
Yeah, so far it looks like he can lean on his diplomatic solutions by giving the Panama Canal back to Panama, which the U.S. somehow originally owned, no longer supporting dictators that participate in these extreme human rights abuse, and his energy and conservation agenda.
And let's not forget, he negotiated peace between Egypt and Israel because both wanted different outcomes for Palestine. Israel promised to let Palestine become self-governing, preventing another war between Middle Eastern countries, like the Arab-Israeli War. However, even with these positive features of this presidency, it does not seem like Carter can save America.
One eternity later.
Looking back on the presidency of Jimmy Carter, it seemed as if there was not much improvement within the United States. However, there were both positive and negative aspects of his presidency, as there are with all presidencies. There was progress made in bringing back a sense of morality of the government after the low times that were Watergate scandal and being more environmentally conscious with clean energy. However, situations like the Iran hostage crisis in 1977 affected the reputation of the American president, and by showing the lack of protection of Americans abroad, this situation made this position look weaker than it actually was.
So to answer that question that keeps popping up, it looks like Jimmy Carter could not save America. Not because he was a bad president, but simply because not one president alone can single-handedly change a nation. It takes morals, values, and long-term change of the people to cause this shift in society.
What can we do? First of all, we must face the truth. And then we can change our course. We simply must have faith in each other. Faith in our ability to govern ourselves. And faith in the future of this nation. Restoring that faith and that confidence to America is now the most important task we face.